Guys, what is the one thing a girl could do that would melt your heart? Compliment me. This is easy money, but so many girls forget about it. This right here, no girlfriend at the moment, but I swear, if a girl just came up to me and gave me a compliment and then asked if I would go on a date, the answer would be an instant yes, no questions asked. As an ugly to average girl, depending on the person, how would you feel if an ugly to average girl did this? I'll just say that most girls that consider themselves average are actually above average. Generally, an average girl is considered pretty attractive to men, but an average man is typically considered unattractive. A few studies have pointed this out, but the reasons we as a society think that is somewhat unclear. My wife used to put little notes in my wallet, telling me she loved me. After a while, she noticed that I'd never opened the last one. She asked me why, and I said, I'm saving it for when I really need it. Hug and don't let go first. It's been 6 weeks now. I got a call from work asking where I am. Heaven. My girlfriend just looked at me one day and said, I wouldn't mind spending the rest of my life with you. Forget melting. My heart exploded. Just reading this comment made my heart melt a little. Mine said the same thing to me. My heart also exploded. Then she said she didn't love me anymore a week after that, and my heart exploded in a different way, lol. My wife and I are coming up on 30 years together. Romance isn't exactly the same. I had a really bad day at work and I, very wrongly, took it out on her and then went into my office to sulk and heard the front door close. Immediately I felt regret and knew she had gone on a walk to cool off before telling me off. 20 minutes later the front door opened and she comes into my office, and before I could apologize she threw an ice cream sandwich at me. I said I'm sorry and she said eat your ducking ice cream sandwich, and the day became way better. Found the real married guy right here. This is what marriage actually is. This is the best thing I've read all day. Actually be interested in me instead of being interested in my interest in her. A little hard to say correctly, but that's the gist of it. I've had many first dates where it's quite clear that the person has just about no intention of knowing me. I get you. I definitely have to watch myself and think about, do I really like this guy or do I just like the attention? So I try and stay on the reserved side of things until I figure that out. I figure that's the respectful way to do it too. Thanks for acting as such. Random hugs. OMG, I love random hugs. They make me feel so nice. This is gonna make me sound very lonely, but since I'm here it goes. Just generally being proud to be with me. Like not being rude or annoying about it, but like telling people about me, posting and letting guys know she has a boyfriend. Low self-esteem gang appreciates the little things. Edit. I hate when people do these edits, but thanks for my most upvotes ever. However, the only negative is now I got to see all your cute ass responses, and I've had my heart broken way I too recently for that. My fiance hardly ever lets go of my hand in public. Sometimes it's a little annoying, but it's just so darn cute heart. If he lets go, I grab his right back, lol. I want to do this with my BF so much I really want to be proud to be seen with him. I want him to be proud to be seen with me, so I always make an effort to be clean and presentable at the very least. Why does he not feel the same need? He leaves the house with me with literal dirt on his face and ripped clothes and gets upset when I point it out, and yes, I'm nice about it. One of my ex-boyfriends broke down crying when I surprised him with a bouquet of his favorite flowers. Take the time to do nice things for the guys in your life. Girls, y'all don't know how much the little shit matters. Guys like the romantic stuff too. Yeah, it gets real annoying when you realize guys view romance as something you do in order to obtain a relationship, and girls view romance as something that happens when a guy feels comfortable enough in a relationship such that he no longer thinks love towards him is conditional. The honeymoon phase ends and the real relationship begins. In the defense of men, though I'm not saying it's right, guys subconsciously wait for a moment that they can feel comfortable enough to breathe for a minute. Guys have to do the bulk of the heavily lifting for most relationships in the beginning because dating is a women's market. Everyone has their own experience, but any average looking or better woman could drop a guy that isn't trying hard enough and have a new contestant by the end of the day if she wanted. That's just the sad reality of it. Standard operating procedure is that women's attention needs to be earned in the beginning and men's attention needs to be kept later on. We are both in bed. Her head on my chest. She's asleep within a minute. My heart is a puddle. My GF does the same. She snores a little, and it's my favorite sound. I know she's relaxed, and it makes me so happy. I was considering buying a house with my girlfriend, and she was looking up wedding dresses online and hinting what kind of a wedding proposal she'd like. Then I cried once in her arms and told her about my insecurities. She turned cold overnight and dumped me soon after. It hurts, but on the other hand, for me it was a blessing in disguise, because now I can find a woman who I can be vulnerable with. What the? You know what I do when my so cries? I try and comfort them. That's what. I'm honored to be let in, and I would rather cut off my arm than throw that back in their face. Spend time with me doing something I love, even if you don't really like it, without complaining the whole time, just to show you care about me and my hobbies/interests. Isn't that just a huge part of the relationship? Only time I really complain is if I'm just too tired and need to sleep/rest up. Let me be the little spoon every now and then. My boyfriend is almost a foot taller than me. I would love to be the big spoon, but it's not that simple. It's okay, you can be the backpack. Jetpack, more fun. Scratch my back. Who's a perfectly content boy? Oh yes, you are. Leg twitches. XGF would scratch the back of my head. It gave me good feeling chills. I was a happy lad. My girlfriend and I had been together for 2 years. We had just passed our anniversary actually. It was wonderful smiley face. Anyways, during our relationship, I always talked about my love for digital art and how I used to do digital art as a hobby. I used to own a bamboo tablet which had fallen to disuse for other reasons unrelated. She brought up the idea of me getting another tablet. I told her don't buy it for anything, because they're too expensive, and I will afford my own one day. Well, she didn't listen and surprised me on our anniversary with a new XP Pendico Pro tablet. It wasn't about the expensive gift that melted my heart. It's her way of uplifting my love for digital art and practically encouraging me to pursue my hobby again. That melted my heart. Get yourself a woman who will encourage you to do the things you love. Recognize my existence. Period. You poor sod. I hope one day someone will notice you smiley face. Literally just tell me if you like me, so I don't have to go through the mental struggle of trying to figure it out. I had a crazy ex, but one sweet thing she did was handwrite 100 reasons why she loved me. Ex did the same thing for me. Later on I was bragging to another girl about it, and she told me how it was already all over Etsy and other social media sites. It really manipulated me into thinking my girlfriend was unoriginal or something. After she put a lot of time and effort into it, and I've always felt bad about that. Fellas, remember to also cherish when she does do nice things and show her that it really did mean a lot to you. I know best how us boys can be stone walls most the time. Text me back. Ugh, same. That is heart melting. But you know what would be mind blowing, heart melting, and knee weakening? Get texted first. Hugs, random unexpected hugs or even expected ones. My eyes change color from day to day, sometimes green, sometimes blue, sometimes gray, etc. In the middle of a conversation she will stop and say they are green, and it melts me every time. My boyfriend got me a teddy in Prosecco when I was sad once, and he always cuddles the teddy, it's so cute. So I'm going to get him a super cute teddy bear when I see one. He acts like he not attached to the bear, but he so is smiley face. One time I was sick and a girl came over and made me tea, then we watched Netflix and cuddled. Melted my heart more than I'd ever care to admit to anyone else. Had me thinking I should marry her. I guess girls that baby me are wife material in my mind. Would definitely have to be compliment or take the time to allow me to be honest and open with my emotions. Also, taking a honest interest in my hobbies is a surefire way to my heart too. While I was talking about my day, my girlfriend would eventually just come closer to cuddle, lay her head against on my shoulder, close her eyes, and put a bright smile on her face. This always made my day so much better, even if it was a great day.